Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping straight into the Central Intelligence Agency. We've got some really fascinating histories here. And what really leaps out, I think, is this core tension built into the agency right from day one.
Oh, absolutely. It's a conflict that CIA basically inherited from the OSS, its predecessor,
Yeah.
the social crowd.
Right.
And the tension is, well, it's pretty fundamental. Is the job to understand the world through objective intelligence? Or is it to change the world using covert action?
So how does that actually look inside the agency? I mean, how is it structured to handle that split?
Well, it's built right into the architecture. You've got the Directorate of Analysis, the DA. Think of them as the heirs to the OSS thinkers, the ivory tower eggheads, as they were sometimes called.
Okay, pure analysis.
Pure analysis. Their job is synthesis, presenting reality as objectively as possible. Then you have the Directorate of Operations, the DO. That's the clandestine side.
The action arm.
Exactly. Implementing policy, running agents, sometimes bending reality. They're the descendants of the OSS's more, let's say, action-oriented types, the trigger-happy hooligans. It's a fundamental conflict.
Let's dig into that DO side then, the covert action piece. We're talking about the third option, right?
That's right. Tertia Optio. It's the motto of the Special Activity Center, or SAC, within the DO. This is the unit executing those high-risk, deniable operations.
Deniable being the key word.
Absolutely. It's the option between just talking diplomacy and sending in the military. They use paramilitary operations officers, PMOs.
And these PMOs are sort of a mix.
A real hybrid, yeah. Part soldier, part spy.
Yeah.
Highly trained, operating under Title 50, which is intelligence authority, not Title 10, which governs the military. It's a crucial distinction.
And this third option thinking, it got cemented pretty early on with some, well, successes.
Successes in quotes, maybe. We look at Iran 53, Operation TP Ajax, Guatemala 54, PB success. Tactically. Very efficient, you could say.
So,
Well, Iran. Just $1 million, some propaganda, bribery, and they helped overthrow Mossadegh, the elected prime minister, putting the Shah back in power.
$1 million. Seems cheap.
By today's standards, incredibly so. Then Guatemala, the main weapon there was psychological. This secret radio station, the Voice of Liberation.
Ah, yes, I read about that.
It basically faked a massive popular uprising against President Arbenz. CIA pilots even provided some air support to sell the illusion.
Okay, but that sounds like playing with fire. That short-term win, that success bias, surely that led to problems down the line.
Huge problems, massive blowback. That's the strategic cost, isn't it? Policymakers loved the quick fix, but ignored the long-term fallout.
Like Iran in '79.
Exactly. The Iranian Revolution didn't come out of nowhere. Decades of resentment over the U.S. installing the Shah were a major factor. It's a classic example. Short-term tactical gain, long-term strategic disaster. And similar patterns in Latin America, fostering anti-American sentiment for generations.
So, when things like this eventually came out, the agency's reputation took a massive hit. Which brings us to, well, managing their image today. Specifically, Hollywood.
Right. They've had an official liaison with Hollywood since the mid-90s, and there seem to be two main goals there.
Okay.
First, just basic accuracy. They apparently get really frustrated when films mix up officers, or their actual employees, with agents, the foreigners they recruit.
That distinction seems important, yeah.
It is, internally. But then that advisory role gets, well, leveraged. They use it as a sort of threat scenario workshop.
Okay, what does that mean? Strategic intimidation.
That's part of it. They actually encourage filmmakers to put advanced tech in movies, sometimes stuff that isn't even quite real yet.
Why?
Because, and this is a direct quote essentially, terrorists watch TV too, projecting this image of near omniscience, technologically speaking.
So entertainment becomes propaganda.
Well, the sources call it well-disguised propaganda. It's about shaping perceptions, projecting power, both abroad and maybe managing the image at home too.
Huh. So the CIA is this indispensable intelligence source, trying to prevent surprises.
Yeah.
But also this powerful, sometimes destabilizing foreign policy tool.
That's now actively involved in crafting its own public narrative through pop culture. It's quite the loop.
It really is.
And, the source material points out that the agency's history really highlights the tough compromises a democracy makes for security.
True.
So here's the thought to leave you with. If the CIA is in this feedback loop with Hollywood, shaping its image, what responsibility does pop culture itself have in deciding which compromises we, the public, find acceptable? Something to chew on.